Rocking with your boy Czar, all rights reserved, and no, we ain't done. We gonna finish with a three today. So this one gets a little more intricate. Shout out Young Ghost TMH or THM, either or. I'll go back and when you post on this video, I'll pin your comment. You could put a link or whatever you want to put up there. I'll pin your comment. He brought some information that would make sense how she could sign for him if she had POA, which is power of attorney, power of authority, you could say. Basically, that gives her the right to sign off on things after he's deceased and whatnot. Now, I gotta say that does not. How I would have to see the contract of the 10 million Tentacion signed in order for me to know that that gave her the rights to the future money he'll accrue with that. And the reason I say that is because just like a basketball deal, if the player doesn't finish up their tenure in that time, that money should not go to someone who can't finish out what they were supposed to unless he pre-recorded and finished what was supposed to be completed in that time. That'd be the only way that will work out as POA signing off to receive money that he didn't complete the journey of. Now that's just how things work. If she can't make the music he was supposed to make, it wouldn't be sensible to say, okay, he's supposed to receive it or she's supposed to get what he had set up. So I get what you're saying with that, and for now I'll let that be until I can see the contract and fully see that this 10 million was disclosed to go to him regardless of what he completed in a certain amount of time. We'd have to see the contract. So if anyone has a copy of the contract he signed, I'll objectively agree with you in that sense. Now let's get on with it. And my production right now is, will Tentacion's video at Riva Motorsports be edited just like Kenneka Jenkins' video was edited? Now, Kenneka Jenkins' video was edited, and I did a story on this earlier, and I directly tagged a video showing two individuals who were never named, never seen, and were not of African American descent walk into the hotel, work on the computer, and allegedly edit the video. And that's not good if that's the case, but that's what it seems like now that I'm not seeing it. Remember, video edits happen all the time. So what would they be editing? Because the question that's not answered with even the arrest certificate that I have disclosing all the suspects that are in custody or on a manhunt down there in Florida in the Broward County area, I still don't see how Michael Boatwright fits into this. I'd have to see some type of video or evidence that they use to allege him as part of the crime aside from someone's testimony. Because listen, if you're getting pressed, you can name anyone you know. You can name anybody and they have to investigate it, but they arrested him because there had to be some type of evidence. So his lawyers are making the right moves when they're pulling to pull those people into the case, and he wants to know what evidence was actually being alleged against him. He does have that right to discovery. Now what we need to know is what the video looks like, because we've seen many times a video was edited. Is that why we haven't seen it? Now what I see is they're trying to say, oh, we don't release information unless the investigation is complete. So it's okay for you to release these suspects' face without proper evidence or before they even have a chance to fight against the court of law, because it's such a large scale case that people want to see people going down for these type of incidents. If there's ever a manslaughter case or a murder, they want to see people going down because they think it affects public safety in some way, that if you see this person, stay away from them. That's the whole ideology behind it. But that's the same reason you should have released the video so we can see what happened. The fact you haven't in such time leads me to believe that it's alleged that you can play with the video. You can edit it. We never saw anyone go down for the Kenneka Jenkins murder. And this was a little girl that was allegedly drugged and assaulted. So what are we talking about? We seen the video that was released through other parties of two men in the back room editing the video, and then when I went to watch all the original videos, they weren't stacking up. So is this going to be similar? Because again, you could show me suspects' names, but we still haven't seen any release detailing who was riding in the car with him. And we haven't, that's none of the 4 suspects. If they were robbing him and riding away, they couldn't have been riding in the car with him. Who was in that car with him? Who was in that car? Because again, that has not been answered. Who actually kept him in the store? Now, again, Riva Motorsports claimed he was like family, which means he was familiar. Did one of them play to keep him in there? And if anyone has any prior purchases of motorcycles or anything Tentacion did, because I never seen him riding a motorcycle. Look, we see many superstars riding a motorcycle. I ain't got to name their names, but we never seen him on a motorcycle. He had a $200,000 car. He was never riding a motorcycle. And I can definitely co-sign that. Every time I seen him, he was in that Benz. It was never any motorcycle or any type of vehicle that I noticed on their shop. And yes, I went on your website and I looked up all the type of vehicles you sell. You don't sell no Benz. So what's going on? At least not the one he brought. So what's going on? I don't really get where the correlation is being placed. Who was in that car with him? Are we going to see a video edit once again for a superstar? Come on. And I know he's not, Kenneka Jenkins was no superstar, but it caught such traction that her name was everywhere. So what's going on? Where's these videos? You don't release them unless the investigation. You released everything else. What is releasing a video of what actually happened that day going to harm the case? It's not. That's why I don't take what you guys are saying serious. It's not going to make sense. What's it going to harm in your investigation? You release this video and then what? What are they going to do? Rewind time and take the video? That doesn't really make sense. And of course, you may be collected. Let me take that back. Maybe you are smart enough to collect it, but maybe you're not dumb enough to release it as it is. Why can't we see the video and see who was beside him, who never had to answer to any questioning, any investigation situations? You have all the suspects. So what dangers you're witnessing? Especially if they were riding with him. They just witnessed the incident. What could they really tell? Who really told something? Because we had a lot of people hopping online and then talking about, oh, you know, this happened. We even had a guy come online bragging like he did the murder. So he wasn't of any type of concern to you guys? You weren't concerned that this guy maybe actually was involved in the case in which a person was deceased in? I'm not really getting where this is adding up. There's a lot of things that don't make sense with it. Again, we've seen video edits before. We've seen it. And it had nothing to do with any savages, nothing to do with any gang members, nothing to do with anybody whose face you placed all over. And these guys were part of the crime. If you're editing video, you're part of the crime. So what's going on? So when I see this video, since I already know in my comment section down there, I already know that most of your officers are directly involved with this case. I can tell because the information you're giving me, the pristineness of it, and just how it leads me directly to what I'm asking in a very, let's say, specific manner that it wasn't a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, I wasn't getting commenters like this, so I already know who's looking. So I'm asking you, is the video going to be edited? Or are you saying that y'all don't do that there? Or do I have to bring up cases that I think you allegedly did? Because I do have that. And no, I don't have it somewhere saved you can hack. I just know the names. I know where to find it. And you could do search all day. You're not going to find them because they're so long ago and at such random periods. Unless you know what videos you edited and released. That's the only way. So tell me this. Riddle me this. The person that was next to him becomes a ghost. We see them run off. The first person that hops on video to give some explanation of what happened was a witness. That was allegedly a fanatic. Tell me how he got on video to give his testimony that was so flawed and made no sense to the point where he himself contradicted himself multiple times within that video. Multiple times he contradicted himself. So it's okay for a witness who's allegedly a fanatic to hop on cam. And how come, no, before that, how come he wasn't interrogated on who took pictures of someone deceased before you arrived on the scene? Because I know that's not something normal. When people usually take pictures, especially on high-profile cases, unless you're really trying to get rid of someone's speculation, you guys usually check people like that. And I know that for a fact. You ask for who took the pictures, you'd hop off their Instagram, track them down, ask for their phone for evidence. You guys never did that to this witness. And he was very contradiction. He saw what happened, but first he said he ran when he seen it going down. That don't even make sense. Then he said, oh, the uncle caught up to us. Was it the uncle or a cousin? Who made the call? Because he said that we went in to tell them to call 911 to do this. Who made the call? How come the call wasn't released? That wouldn't hurt nothing. This is very shaky. I'm sorry. Regardless, the information that I'm getting is so recent and hadn't been released in so long that all of it's too shaky. It's too shaky. Now answers are starting to pop up out of nowhere to every single question I'm asking, but they're still questionable. Objective at best, except with the people's names you arrested. I looked on the ledger, but I still don't see how Michael Boatwright fits in it. If anyone has that evidence, which probably you're going to pop up with that evidence now, thank you. I would need that. Let's put this story to rest. What's going on? Where's this video, and is it being edited? I hope it's not being edited, because as we know, we've seen this many, many times before. And if you go watch that Kenneka Jenkins video that I dropped, or the video, the original, it's skipping all over the place. To someone who's untrained, it looks like a smooth video, but the people that know video, it's jumping left and right. She's not even walking right. She's walking like she's in a thriller movie. Not even because she's drunk, because it keeps cutting to next scene in seconds, milliseconds. That's noticeable when you edit video. So what really is going on? Will we see a Kenneka Jenkins video edit? Y'all tell me, commenters. All rights reserved.